Hi all. Today I have with me Miss Parima. She started off her career as an RJ and 8 years into RJ. She has done a very bold step, which is a pivot in her career.
Misconceptions that you have, that the people have, is it's a very glamorous job, it's a very fun job. सिर्फ बातें ही तो करनी होती है. First thing you're taught is to know when to shut up.
Okay.
That's very important. Being a radio jockey, you should know when to shut up.
Was there a moment during this time as well that you're emotionally very down? Or
Oh yeah.
you're not in a state?
I have sobbed. I have sobbed. My boss was right there. I've had like a really tough period personally in my life, and I've sobbed. Like my cheeks are red, and my eyes have been cried out, and they're red, and they're sobbing, and my show is about to begin, and my boss understands because what I'm going through, and he's right there. I don't know if I've finished crying, but I knew, like, you can see the countdown coming. You have 10 seconds to speak, and you're ready. You're putting, and I don't know. I have sobbed, and then I have gone on air and I've been like, good evening everyone, and you bring that, and it is surreal. I don't think कि आप इसके लिए कभी plan कर सकते हो. It's just you're pledging your responsibility to your show, your that respect just makes you do it. Even my boss was like, this is why you are here. He said that once I was done crying, sub side pe.
And
He saw
so
me
you were
throw
like
the
on
link.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, he saw me do the link, and when I was done, and I was like, I think I was going to cry again. And he said, yeah, I'm proud of you.
Oh my god. Hi all. Today I have with me Miss Parima. She's an amazing personality on what it really takes. She started off her career as an RJ and 8 years into RJ. She was not only killing it on air, but she had a lot of opportunities to connect with celebrities, to connect with students, engineers, and a lot of personas which are like, CEOs of different companies, XYZ. And she has done a very bold step, which is a pivot in her career where she has moved from being an RJ to starting her own venture where she's doing crazy stuff, which is like, not only shooting, which is she is really good at, but also hosting events, but also like, corporate events and different kind of events apart from marriage events, I would say. And apart from that, she's giving back to the society in the most beautiful way, which is educating and consulting people who want to run their brands, who want to come in front of camera, who want to learn soft skill, like who wants to know how to be an RJ. In her field of work, she's there to help in the form of, a venture called Chatterbox to Paycheck, where she customizes and consults people and make them like okay and make them powerful and unstoppable. Thank you so much, Parima, for being here. I'm so grateful to have you on What It Really Takes.
I am super excited to be here, and thank you for pumping me with so much energy, with such a lovely introduction, Karishma. Thank you so much. I'm really glad and excited.
Yeah. You know what, Parima, what excites me about you is it's very rare where people pivot. Being at a certain position where, you are an RJ, there's a lot of love which people give. And still you make a bold move because you just feel it and you take that step. Many people think about it, but they don't have the guts to take that step. Like, what made you take the step?
I'll tell you something. This all started. I think my life has completely been like that, where I plan something, but in the end, kuch aur ho jata hai, and I think I never end up saying no to it. So it goes way back in 10th standard when I knew I wanted to do something with arts, but I had no idea kya karna hai. Mom ne bola ki science lo, and that's how I've gone to science.
Okay.
Science, I wanted to go to architecture and all of those things, but then I ended up doing fine arts because I wanted to stay true to what I was doing, and then through that I ended up at after fourth year of my college, and where I had my own exhibition, workshop, and everything. I ended up being interviewed through my radio brand, and I also participated in a lot of these inter college competitions, and where that's when I got the connection. And that's when the opportunity came back again, and when it did, I jumped right through it. So yeah, I think at the 10th standard me would never imagine that I'll end up being an RJ. And when I became an RJ, I never thought I'll end up being taking this risk at this stage of my career, or because you're comfortable in your own place, you are getting everything, you are making your name, your own show, everything is there. So
Yeah.
so many people end up asking, "Kyun choda?"
What was that particular thing which was like, no, now it is time?
I think it's very simple. I think it's very simple. If you become comfortable, which I did, I was very happy, and I am very happy with the brand I've been working with for 8 years, and I gave back so much. I got so much, and I've developed there. I've done national, international shows, prime time shows. I have been on the mic, behind the writing, voiceovers, and on stage with celebrities, with a lot of people, warm conversations, whatnot. But then I started becoming super comfortable, and it's the same thing every year, same thing happening. Yet it was very exciting. But in the last 1.5 year, I really wanted to be like, "Yo, aur kya kar sakte hai? Let's move out." Because see, being an RJ is something you define yourself with, and it's a beautiful feeling. And I've seen a lot of radio jockey moving out and becoming a show host, which absolutely they're great at. But then I knew for a fact from day one that weddings and that is not for me personally. And what I gonna do? So that is something I started thinking, okay, if not this, then what am I? Who am I? And the second thing was comfort. After doing something so repeatedly for 8 years, you can get a few things in half the time done. So you
Yeah.
have the remaining half the time, and you still can't get yourself to do something new because it's maybe not the right place, maybe not the right zone of your mind. So you still feel like, okay, half the day is being wasted. So that was one reason. The other thing I really wanted to see is if I am moving out from here, what else I can do? And by the end of the tenure, you start thinking ki, all the skills that you have developed, what is there so much to learn? You become comfortable, and when you are an archer, you are absolutely pampered. That's an incredible thing. So yeah, I had to really put myself in such an uncomfortable position that, hey, you're not on a pedestal. You're not a celebrity anymore. You're not anything. So then who are you? So that is what I wanted to do. And I want to figure out again ki kya hai, because probably if I would never leave that, I would be doing it for maybe next 20 more years, and I would not be bored of it. But I think then I didn't want to question, oh, then now what? If I leave, then maybe, what will I do? So this was it.
Oh, and I think you were like, you wanted to explore the curiosity.
Yeah, curiosity.
Who I am.
And I think this was the time when I could, because if maybe 2 years later life would have separate plans, 2 years earlier I might not have had enough experience. So I think it was the right time where I felt, this is it. You should do it now.
That's great. That's great. In fact, let's rewind back in a way, because you are talking about skills which you have learned so much when you were an RJ. A lot of people I see, in fact, I'll take my case as well. You get attached with the skills that the skills will be applied to this place. So you're not, the skills are not going to be used anywhere because you get attached with the position. But you being you, where you experience that you have so many skills and you can apply it somewhere else. So talking about the skills, let's go back in the old days during your school time. I would say during your school time. So what kind of student or personality you were that time?
I was a very, very coy, shy kind of girl. That girl who is bullied, who stays in the corner, though choti gayi, doesn't speak much in the class. Because I moved to Gujarat from, southern state. And I did not know Gujarati. सबके already friends बन चुके थे. तो मैं बहुत ही outsider वाली feeling वो थी. And that made me very anxious and silent at the same time, because you never felt as a student. Sabke friend circles. Going back to school, I think it's not my golden era wala thing. You will not see you'll not recognize this person and that person. Itna zyada.
So you were not from Gujarat, is it?
Yeah. I came from Hyderabad.
Oh. Then when did you come to Gujarat?
Second standard. very
Yeah,
early.
very early.
But like I said, he even as a kid, सबके
Yeah,
geeks हो जाते हैं, everybody has their own thing in the language barrier, and I learned it eventually. But yeah, I never fit in anywhere.
Okay,
I think that has
So
been
when did you discover you have this kind of personality, like that's outspoken, the stage you have, the competitions and all those things. Yeah.
I think even though I was a shy kid, I was never shy on stage. I was a dancer. I think I can say that. So I used to express myself. So I was in Bharatnatyam and
Wow.
Police Visharad. So that is one place that teacher really, I was the A student there.
Oh.
So she always pushed me in a very beautiful way, and yeah, she had higher expectations out of me, and she made me feel uncomfortable, and that's where I could push myself and I could build my confidence. So on stage, I could forget the world, I could forget the bullies, I could forget the awkwardness, I could just be. So dancing is something that has kept me through and through. And I think eventually I realized after 6, 7 stands that I'm good at sketching and painting and all of those things.
Okay.
बस पहले खती खून आ रहा था, चार पूरा खत्म ही नहीं होती थी पेज, जो drawings होती थी drawing class में. But eventually after 6th I think I got a good tutor, and I think I got a good, way of people understanding me, and then,
Through your art.
Yeah, through my art, and cultivating my skills, and big thanks to my parents to be able to, push into it. I think
But you did your science, no?
that's 11th, 12th.
Yeah. So being good at art, why did you take arts and why did you take science?
Because I think we're talking about that decade where arts में इतना कुछ अभी today we see AI. तब तो नहीं था ना कुछ. You just knew that there's science, commerce and arts है, but
people don't give importance to it.
ऐसे करेंगे उससे क्या career मिलेगा? अभी you can actually see multiple careers and skills and booming courses in social media. So things you're talking about the
era back then, man. Yeah, and like parents used to have this kind of prides, and then starting slow, you have a progressive career.
I think I was brilliant at least till 10th. I got great marks, 99th in maths and all of those. So उतना confidence आपको खुद भी आ जाता है कि ठीक है, you're great at it and हो जाएगा. So I did take it because I knew कि अगर science लिया तो कुछ तो कर ही लूंगी. But I knew in my heart that I wanted to do something which has art as its background. But I mean, architecture is one way you take science and then do architecture, and you need arts vision to be an architect, maybe even an engineer.
So you did your architecture?
I was good, but then I found out something called fine arts.
Okay.
So then I was literally on the day of admissions, I decided what I wanted to do.
Oh, wow. And you got the support to decide for yourself?
That, yes, my parents have always been very encouraging because, I don't know, you can't say that was slightly a patriarchal thing that ठीक है, लड़की है तो चलेगा, art से related है तो it's fine. But anyway, they were always very, very thorough about, getting an education, that, getting a degree, that. So yeah, there have been no restrictions. They've always supported on whatever.
Wow. Then how did Radio Mirchi came in your...
So the second year of college, I remember there was a radio hunt, a radio jockey hunt that was happening. But that was a private mass and communication department inter-college competition. So they had a media competition happening. There was storytelling competition, there was photography competition, and there was 8 kinds of competitions. This was one of them. So I did was listen to radio for 2 days, signed up my name because dance nahi tha usme. I would have done it 100%. But dance nahi tha, and I was always curious. I wanted to participate in something, and because I knew college ke baad, you never might get yourself in that. Yeah, so maybe why not? Kya hoga? And I listened to radio, I observed, I made notes by my own self. Ki acha kya hota hai, kaise hota hai. That's about it. And I think I went for the competition, and that's
what was that competition about?
It was a radio jockey, RJ.
Oh, so you had to talk about...
Yes, so you get a topic, जिसके ऊपर आपको link बनाना होता है. You have to write. Basically, a lot of people think and ask this कि आपको कोई लिख के देता है क्या? And you speak on. ऐसा नहीं है. You have to write your own thing.
I have to discover that.
Yeah, see, so that's the thing that you have to write your own shows. You have to write your own links. Find your own content. कि आज के show में आप क्या करोगे? and क्या curate करोगे कैसे, and you have to design your own show. Anyway, that is coming back to again to the hunt. मुझे भी नहीं पता था what's a link, जो RJ बोलते हैं, that's got a link, and somebody helped, and this person was very excited and very experienced, and she won the same competition last year. She came second this time. She was very confident she'd be first, and I was curious, and I just said, can you help me, because it's my first time, I have no idea. So she just said, you get a topic, write what you feel like, and as you think an RG does, and you just have to speak when your turn comes up.
Okay.
That's about it. And I did that, I think, and the topic was my own city.
Okay.
I was, I think, good at observing things. Even though I was a shy kid, I was really observant of how I love the city. I love the city with my friends, and how I did with my family, and how I did as a person. And I think I just blend everything in it, and I'm still very proud of what I said.
That time. Oh my
But
God.
I think that's when I realized that I did justice, and I gave it, and yeah, the way I spoke was something absolute I have worked through, but the writing definitely naturally spoke.
Yeah.
And yeah, I did, and at the end of the competition, I realized that I won the competition.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
And that was second year, and I was offered internship at this, radio station. But again, I wasn't very sure, because again, college was more important. So, okay, we part ways, and in the final year of college, I somehow ended up creating, because I was in fine arts. I was into graphic designing, creating spots, ads, campaign designs.
Yeah.
So that also had one of my radio spots for my final examinations, and that's how I ended up connecting up here. And I connected with, to only find out the person who came second, the one who helped me. She was already like a radio jockey now. Then that was her dream, and she chased it. But now she was, moving out, and she was resigning for her own reasons, personal reasons. And she asked me, "Are you excited? Are you interested in being a radio jockey?" And I said, "Okay, my college is ending. The vacancy is gonna happen. She knows me. She knows my work." And yeah, so I got a chance. I gave I think a few interviews, a few recording sessions, voice sessions. I also did an internship training, and then 1.5 month I was in.
Wow. That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I think one thing that has stayed consistent is me expressing. Now it has been through dance, through art, throughout my college, and now through words.
The awards.
So that's something that I think.
Wow. That's great. And then, you are a radio jockey, RJ, and it's overwhelming, to be honest. You've started a new job, and then you have to just talk in front of beat voice. Your voice is going. How was that journey? Can you tell me the moments of oh shit, ye to nahi.
I'll tell you something very honestly. When I see other people come to, and when I see Gen Z, take over any job, I feel so proud, because I was such a nervous kid. Because, like I said, I wasn't confident because of my experiences as a kid, and being bullied. That really takes away, scratches
a lot of
parts.
confidence.
Yeah. So I was a very, very typical shy kid when I joined, and I was told to learn all the good languages and lingo, everything. I was like, yeah, I do. And I was just always this, I was this front bencher, and very hardworking. And when I say hardworking, wo bolte hai na ki that kind of kid. So, jo bolenge wo I'll get it done wala thing. So I always was like that. So that's the reason it took me a while to get in the zone of it. Excitement se zyada nervousness hoti thi. But only part when I used to be able to write, you're supposed to make your own show, you're supposed to design kisi ka show. When you are training, you're supposed to design and give your own idea of अगर ये मैं show करती तो मैं कैसे करती या क्या बोलती क्यों बोलती. Everything has to have a reason. कैसे बोलती या क्या लिखती. So dummy shows and all of those things. So from that to the transition of a live thing, you start seeing the difference of you hear yourself. Then you hear yourself, you like your confident version more than you like your timid, scratched version. You start seeing yourself like this, then there is no going back to this. But to put there, I can say that I had great people supporting me. They could see my potential while I felt like. So big thanks to every mentor. I think, like I said, my dance teacher, my drawing teacher, my parents, and then eventually even at Mirchi.
And
Even
you
at my
too, for being that courageous. It's already
that really helps, even at the radio station, I had a lot of amazing people, talented people, and a lot of bright people tapping into my potential and challenging me and giving me the task, which built my confidence very slowly. So yeah, first 3-6 months, I think I was completely absorbing everything, and then I took a lot of time. Honestly, I should have done it much faster, but I think it was a curve. It was a time where things were not that fast, like how it is. Like,
Yeah.
a beat's all 3 seconds slow, but then you had ample time. People used to text you and, in such a way that they are thoroughly listening to you. They are appreciating what you said. They are appreciating the emotion that you made them feel. Slowly that builds up, and then you start experimenting. So, yeah, all of those things have really shaped me and my confidence parallel.
Oh, wow. And coming back to the journey, sometime in between, were there any moments was like when you were in Archie that, oh my God, this is like a dream coming true?
Yes, I think there has been no moment where I'm not really grateful for the opportunity that I have.
Okay.
Because if you forget that how precious or how important role you are playing, I think it's very easy to just beh jana. And I think both are important. And I've seen a lot, it happened a lot that once you start feeling that power, you start feeling that, excitement. And then if you just get carried away, it's many ways. I think maybe I personally feel it's something that no matter whatever celebrity you've spoken to or whoever is your friend, in the end you have to put your roots down back. That's where you begin. I always think about that timid kid, and I never forget that because that keeps me grounded and shows me that anything is replaceable. Anything is, uh, if you're not pleasant, if you're not pleasant would not be the right word, but if you're not
Kind,
rooted and kind, I think it doesn't matter who you are. The respect goes away, and you feel that you're feeling amazing, but eventually it's temporary. So what's there is the roots and where you come from and how much you have come, and that's about it. It's good to feel proud of your achievements, but I think to get carried away forgetting where you're coming from, I think
and how did you come up with such mature thoughts? Not everyone, I would say, everyone who is into certain position or get these kind of opportunities, people do get carried away or be down to earth or grounded. I would say being kind. So, what are the key factors that keeps your thought so positive that everything can be replaced and you have to be like, this is beautiful. Not everyone talks like this. How?
I think a big part of it is to being a Jain. So I am very active practicing Jain. I not just like the 10 days of Paryushan that I carry, but like my morals and beliefs are very much strongly ingrained from my childhood. So even though I used to be that timid kid, I used to always come back to, remembering that this shall pass. And, if we go deep, there's a lot to discover. But if I don't go deep and yet I answer your question, I can say that Jainism talks about how every damn thing is temporary. Anything, happiness, sadness. So it's a cycle of cut, right? So when you feel sad or anything bad is happening to you, it's our own karma reflecting. In that moment, how do you choose to react will decide your future. So, and अगर आप बहुत खुश हो रही हो and you're just carried away by that, you're posting it way too much, it will also pass. You will come back to something maybe in some or the other way.
So true.
So बहुत ज्यादा carried away भी नहीं हो जाना, बहुत ज्यादा breakdown हो जाना या
And to get that
crash.
balance. Yeah.
So the balance
Have
is
that
something I've
balance.
always felt because of.
Also, do you use certain practices to one is gathering knowledge, one is application, balance.
Yeah, this is a very interesting thing I recently realized with Jainism is because as kids, a lot of people around me are Jain, but they do not practice as I do. मतलब इतना तो नहीं करती.
क्या practice करती हो?
So I use the onion garlic ever, potatoes ever.
Okay.
A lot of things. That's a big problem. Like खाते क्या हो, वो सारा conversation आता है.
No, but a lot of things depends on what you eat, also your entire body. Now that I am also recently joined a nutritionist who is guiding me in terms of the way you eat, how much you drink, and all those things, and how it affects your body. And then I was actually watching a movie also related to health, that so many organisms are there in our body, and I was so amazed. I'm like, and it plays a major role. So when you talk about you don't eat this and that, I can literally respect it. There are people who won't also, but still it is respect.
I tell you why I do not want to get into the depths of that, because Jainism has lately become all about khana hai nahi khana, but it's really not that. Honestly, it goes really. So it actually, this is what I really lately realized is as a kid, as a Jain kid, you're taught to do certain things or do and not do certain things. And then eventually when you grow up, then you are actually taught the meaning of it. Because as a kid, you're not mature enough to understand the depths of it, right? But the problem is that because the generation has a gap or they, just, nahi ho pata hai, sab itna nahi reh pa rahe. The time aata hai to actually understand the real values and meanings of it, we just deviate and we don't take that much seriously because school, college, priority, studies, or sports, other things become important. Probably wo nahi ho pata. So right now I've been talking to a friend and who's really been excited and enthusiastic to understand the real logic about Jainism. And that's where I cannot teach them the practices right now because they are mature enough to understand the depths of it. So it's not about not having or having something, but it's about the morals and understanding your own willpower, your own strengths, your own weaknesses. So that's so deep, and those conversations make so much sense now. Talking to a person who's willing to receive it, keeping away all the food conversations away. Because like I said, it's not just about...
it's not just...
It starts with,
even the chat things, even the pre-thing, even whatever you do, it has a reason behind it.
Absolutely. And so I keep saying morals and values and everything, right? So that 5 basic things. In such story, so, Hinsa.
It was fast. I know Hinsa, but
like in any way.
You have to be
hurting your heart. Yeah. If I'm hurting your heart, that is Hinsa. Hinsa is not just about being brutal.
Yeah, Hinsa is violence, no?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
So if I'm hurting you, and even in my thought, with Man Machankai, with basically my thought, my words or my actions, in any way, if I'm hurting you, that's still Hinsa. So that's where, of course, this forget religion. This is something that's a basic human thing, right? Jhoot. You lie, and we say कि हाँ झूठ नहीं बोलना चाहिए. And छोटी मोटी चीजें हम बोल देते हैं कि अरे हाँ मतलब लेट हो गया था, अरे हाँ अभी तो मैं निकल गई देर, हाँ जी जो. But point is, it's not just, it just creates an awareness. I think I love, if I just summarize one thing about Jainism, that is awareness of what you are doing, the choices, your thoughts, your self, and
one is what Hinsa and what's the
truth.
And the other thing I'm curious to know about
Chori to nahi honi chahiye. So when you say chori, it's not just about taking something and keeping it in your pocket. It's also about hiding things. It's also about bending your truths.
Manipulation.
Exactly. I could not tell you something which you should know, and that's story. So it's so beautiful that you have to be aware of what you're doing, what you're saying, what you're thinking. It's like that.
Like chori word, I will think it as story as in stealing. I
Yeah.
don't think it in the
Like,
other
exactly.
way.
So it's really beautiful when you go into the depths of it. We can probably have a separate podcast for it.
The phone is with that is what know the other two parts of it. So this is amazing. And I tell you what, it is not in Jainism because awareness is something. Beat anything. Like I believe in art of living. And there are people who follow multiple different. But this is something which is being taught in different ways, but the similar thing. Not be violent. And you should be very careful. You should be aware. You should not lie. But the way you explained it, what are the other two? Also,
Kushil at this paragraph. Basically, it's lust and paragraph yani greed in a way. Right? So, of course, we know
Tarira is greedy. Yeah, you should not be greedy enough. And
True.
true. And what is Kushi?
lust.
Wow. And you understood this, started getting curious and
So
understanding.
as a
about
kid
it
ये आपको
as a
ऐसी
kid.
छोटी चीजों में सिखाते हैं कि हिंसा नहीं करना को किसी को मारना नहीं या चोरी नहीं करना को सिर्फ basic things. But when you grow and you understand, you become mature.
It tells so much in the career as well.
But
in the
that's
professional, personal, and
yeah. So that's how your question's answer is that it's much more. I mean, when I talk about it, I can go on for hours. But I think, like I said, we have to go for a separate podcast for that.
No, because you know why I asked this question also because how we are, how our thoughts are, and the way we talk. I want to talk about the body language and about the choice of words, which I've seen in you. It also, contributes a lot in our career, in our professional life, in our gut, in our risk-taking appetite. And knowing you that you did that of pivoting and also being an RJ, being a shy. So I was just trying to figure out what is the map between the two, how things are. So now I can literally feel that the right opportunities coming to you, the right set of people you're surrounded with, and the right set of kind of work which you're doing, the courageous things you're doing. It is all because of the values you're abiding by and trying to understand being
I would
curious about.
absolutely give it to that because your choices, even as a kid, even as a student in 10th standard, even as a person who's deciding what they want to do, I think every period is some or the other way. And yeah, it might really not sound because you're not going into the depths of what I have and what I've learned throughout my life. Because as a kid, I come from a very religious family and I've been taught these values since a kid. So even when I had really hard times as a kid, I think I knew that this will pass. And when you say that this will pass, it's not like that. It's something you have to have the courage to fight the bullying and come back home and not become a brat because you're bullied to your parents. I think that happened.
Yeah, has it happened with you?
Me? No, I feel
Being bullied, but then being a brat in
I
front of
have
you.
been brat in my own case, so my parents would say. But yeah, not like that teenage kind of rebel kind of brat. I have, like I said, I've always been a misfit. I've always been different. So that's where my parents, I'm the eldest kid. So all the exposure my parents would get about my generation is through me.
Yeah,
So social media,
eldest are the guinea pigs of the family.
social media, no knowing of trends. So I mean, they did the best for me. But yeah, I think I could have been so much spoiled. But I'm such a good kid.
Oh, wow. Lovely to get to know you. I am telling you. Little by little, but amazing. So tell me one thing. During your tenure as an RJ, we are right now in the RJ mode where you were already with Radio Mirchi. What you say? What were your roles and responsibilities? Like this is because what we see as an RJ outside person on air, and I had this particular misconception. I would say, okay, yeah, script will be there. You have to talk it in front of. Now that you are talking about, you only have to write and all.
ऐसा नहीं होता है. Let me tell you that.
What are the new things you had to learn? And
I think I had to learn everything.
Okay.
But the misconceptions that you have, that the people have, is it's a very glamorous job, it's a very fun job. सिर्फ बातें ही तो करनी होती है. First thing you're taught is to know when to shut up.
Okay.
That's very important. Being a radio jockey, you should know when to shut up. Now make it make sense.
हाँ, when to shut up, okay.
Yeah. बिकॉज ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको माइक पर क्या तो तुम बोलते जाओ
हाँ.
आपकी आवाज खुद की बात खुद को सुनना बहुत पसंद है बट यू आर नॉट डूइंग इट फॉर योरसेल्फ यू आर मेकिंग अदर पीपल अदर योर लिसनर्स फील एन इमोशन so
Okay.
yeah, you cannot keep going on and on and on about one thing and expect them to feel it. No, you have to have the magic of getting your words in such a way that within 1 minute you can make the person feel, get goosebumps, make somebody cry if you're lucky, and make people laugh and smile, whatnot. Coming back to your question and what all things a radio jockey's job is, it starts from definitely you have to do a lot of voiceovers. A lot of voiceovers.
Okay.
That's one thing. Other than that, you have to decide कि आप कल के शो में आप क्या करोगे, क्यों करोगे. So what's happening in your city, in the world, in the nation? You have to study, read up a lot.
Okay.
कल के दिन में क्या क्या हो रहा है, क्या हुआ था in the past. Everything you should know or at least study. Then you plan your own show accordingly. Okay, if you want to make it very like local specific, if something's happening, if some festivals around, if something very local is happening and maybe the weather, anything, you pick that and you make sure then you divide your whole show in such a way that okay, this hour, also it depends on what show you're doing. If you're doing a morning show, you'll make the vibe like that. If you're doing the evening show, you make the vibe like that. You cannot tune in the evening and be like, hey, good evening, guys. It can't be like, you have to be like, hey, good evening. And you cannot in the morning, 7 a.m. be like, good morning. It's not like such a... It's not like that. नींद से उठे आप गाड़ी में सुनो ना.
Oh my god.
So it's a lot you have to also learn. ये आपको कोई सिखाता नहीं है. This is something you have to understand. कि यार, you being a listener, how would you feel if you listen to yourself on radio, right? So starting from the show prep and then this entire designing, structure designing of your show, that first links होगी, तब कैसा होगा, closing links में क्या होगा, middle में क्या होगा. That's a show structure. And then you design every link. So if you're going on air, say 15 times or 12 times, you will write down or you will have a link prepared जो आपको खुद ही लिखनी है कि पहले तो आपने decide किया मुझे इसके बारे में आज मेरे इस segment पे बात करनी है. And then you will write your own links, and if you write, if you don't, I mean, preferably, I always prefer to write, and you write that, and once you do write it, of course you have to learn the system, कहाँ पे आप कैसे कौन से गाने के बाद आप ये चीज़ बोलोगे, कहाँ ख़त्म करोगे. This is also something that nobody teaches you कि आप अगर कुछ sensitive बोल रहे हो या कुछ emotional बोल रहे हो, you cannot like party तो बनती है and then you go on speaking guys ये है news. You cannot go like that. You have to make sure that the songs that you choose to speak against before and after, that's something that's of the right tone, right vibe. पता चला आपने कुछ sad बोला और एकदम से crazy गाना बन रहा है. It doesn't make sense. So the segue, you have to understand that. Of course, you have to learn the logs, the grunt work. तो दिखता नहीं है. पूरे 4 घंटे का शो आपको मैनेज करना पड़ता है. कहाँ क्या प्ले होगा, कितने टाइम तक क्या प्ले होगा. And then there's a lot of other things. Winners बनाने होते हैं. तो clients जो sales लेकर आता है, तो कैसे winners बनाने हैं, कहाँ बनाने हैं, उन तक पहुँचाना चीज़ें कि okay, you've won this, so whatever the grunt work is. So a lot of small things are there.
Everything you take,
Everything we take care of. I have for my own show. So like that, answering to your question, that's not just it. Other than that, if you have a guest coming in, like a celebrity or like somebody from the municipal corporation, whoever you're trying, पहले तो guest के पहले, even if you want somebody to be on your show, you have to prepare. You have to get their contacts. You have to tell them why you want them on your show. For example, very basic weather forecast हो रहा है, and I can see that नवरात्रि आ रही है, and it's gonna rain, and I feel that okay, let's get somebody from the Met department and actually get a right review over it. So I'll have to get the whole interview prepared by myself, edit that interview, because you cannot put the entire 4-5 minute ka interview on. So you have to break down. You have to do that edits by yourself and then play it on your show as well. So all of that, and other than that, if some guest is coming, you prepare it in such a way that you should know कि यार 50 जगह वो interview देते हैं, तो आप क्या आएंगे तो why is it going to be different. Clients आते हैं तो so many things, and you go host the shows, मतलब with the brand आपको बोलते हैं कि okay RJ visit है, कोई store में है, कोई event में है, कोई concert में है, so you prepare the show flow according to that, and then you run, then you do. Now that you have to do social media, so you keep your social media active, and you make sure your segments are running there, you make sure you're shooting, editing, doing all of that content for yourself as well. Forgetting something, but yeah, this is
बाद ये लोग क्या करते हैं?
सबके अपने
अच्छा, मतलब this is way too much of work.
It's a full-time job, absolutely.
Oh my god. So every day it is all about, like, you know, you have to, not only day, parts in the day.
Yeah.
Like you have to talk in intervals. So you prepare one day before that, or you prepare it
Show
for a
prep
week?
तो एक दिन पहले होता है.
Okay.
For a week, I think you cannot do, because something that's relevant today might not be. जैसे अगर आज कोई मैच खत्म होता है, you are going to talk about it till tomorrow. उसके बाद आप क्रिकेट तक उसके बारे में भूल जाओगे. तो things are pick up so fast. एक दिन पहले तो it's preferred, so that अगर आपको किसी का इंटरव्यू लेना है, किसी से बात करनी है, तो you need time to reach out to them, to reach out to the correct people, to record the interview, get the availability, edit that interview, and then play it on it. ऐसा भी हुआ है. देन यू ऑल्सो टॉक टू लिसनर्स लाइव लेते हो आप, तब उनसे भी बात करते टाइम क्विक रिकॉर्डिंग होती है. अभी आपने क्वेश्चन डाला, 1 घंटे में उनको प्ले भी करते हो आप. सो यू गेट द कॉल्स, यू रिकॉर्ड द कॉल्स, यू सी विच इज़ द बेस्ट कॉल और विच एवर इज द राइट दिस थिंग, राइट आंसर और वट एवर. Edit that, because again you cannot, they talk for like say 5 minutes, but you cannot, so you edit that and then immediately you run and put play that. So it's
Wow, this is an adventurous journey.
It is.
Like,
That's why
you
it
have
gives you a
learned
tour.
so much. Wow, that's great to know. Was there a moment, like, you know, on air, you prepared, you did, and you know, you say that you have to make people within a minute emotionally touched, made them laugh or maybe cry. Was there a moment that, you know, it just went for a toss, like things became all vulnerable and you were like, oh, shit.
Yeah, I've sneezed on air. I've come and I've said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." But see, the important part is how you recover.
It from
Yeah. See, mostly वो चीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए और नहीं होती है. But a lot of times ऐसा होता है कि गलत ऑडियो प्ले हो जाता है या फिर किसी का गलत इंटरव्यू प्ले हो जाता है. So a lot of things happen which are very rare. Very rare.
Okay.
But then अगर वर्स्ट केस वो 99.9% का जो 1% है उसमें अगर ये गलतियाँ होती भी हैं, it's only something that you should know and you should be immediately you
Able to
cannot, yeah, what are you going to
make
do?
it.
अगर आपने कुछ लिखा है, something else has played, how do you come back to it? How do you finish your lick and be thorough about it?
So that is something which
The proactiveness, the immediate what do
was
you
it an
call
inbuilt skill in you, or is it like learning on the job?
Yeah,
Starting
I
with when you do this on air, obviously the iterations you become better and better with it. But starting with us, there are chances कि गलतियाँ हो जाए.
नहीं. So you are not put on air till you're not thorough. I think that should be the case also. There are a lot of dummy shows that you have to record and you have to do air checks, you have to understand. That's how you don't take it for granted.
Okay.
You know you're on it. You know you're ready. And well, it's a beautiful feeling to go on air. So even if I'll go like now, today, tomorrow, any day, I'm going to feel that excitement and nervousness at the same time. It's a beautiful feel.
Wow. And okay.
And I think improvising wala thing to I've learned that skill, you know, like I mentioned that I've been a dancer. So being on stage, agar aap bhulte bhi ho koi step, you know, you improvise. So I think that's one thing you know.
Yeah, that is there. And was there a moment during this time as well that you're emotionally very down, or
Oh, yeah.
you're not in a state?
I had sobbed. My boss was right there. I've had like a really tough period personally in my life, and I've sobbed. Like my cheeks are red and my eyes have been cried out and they're red and they're sobbing, and my show is about to begin, and my boss understands because what I'm going through, and he's right there. And I finished crying. I don't know if I finished crying, but I knew, like, you can see the countdown coming. You have 10 seconds to speak. And, you know, you're ready, you're putting. And I don't know. I have sobbed and then I have gone on air and I've been like, good evening, everyone. And, you know, you bring that. And it is surreal. I don't think कि आप इसके लिए कभी plan कर सकते हो. It's just you know you're pledging your responsibility to your show, your that respect just makes you do it.
I mean, you know,
So
I had
that day, even my boss was like, "This is why you are here." He said that once I was done crying, sub side pe.
And
He
he
saw
don't say
me
you were
throw
like,
the
oh,
link.
yeah.
Yeah, he saw me do the link, and when I was done, and I was like, I think I was like, and then he said, "Ki, I'm proud of you."
Oh my god.
So, you know, a lot of people ask, यार कैसे इतने हमेशा happy होते हैं RJs? That's not the case. I've gone on air and I said, यार आज मेरा दिन अच्छा नहीं था. But that humanness makes you really connected to the people, not being happy all the time. But me coming and telling you the vulnerability that we were talking about earlier, I think that is where I have connected with people. Well,
Okay.
not always being HR, but
Yeah, but sometimes.
the honesty
yeah,
of it. कि यार नींद आ रही है, चाय पीने का मन कर रहा है, so कर रहा है.
You just talk about it. Wow.
Again,
And that is something which connects also because you literally consider them as you're talking to a friend or someone
Yeah.
who's
Oh,
listening
that's
as the
very
other side.
important. You cannot be like you have a mic, matlab you are on a pedestal. It's not the case. Because if I'm not connecting you, but as a friend, why are you listening to me? Simple.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
वो ही है. It will have to be very. You have to talk to the mic as if it's your friend.
For me, I was never a person who was like camera person because IT is all about computers and connects. There's no social media. I had moments where I was crying and I was just talking to the camera and saying, "Best friend ban jaye yaar, mera best friend ban jaye," because I understand it is so difficult. Now it has become easier, but the only thing I see is you are a human. On the opposite side also there's a human. You're just talking to that person as a person.
Yeah.
And things just changes. And you know what you were talking about this part about being that sobering, and then there's a context which completely I was
Remember, like I put my headphones and I say 10, 9, 8, and I'm like,
this reminds me, I asked psychologists this question about myself. So there was a time that I was into depression time. Okay, I have had my own psychiatrist, psychologist wala days also in my life where I was sobbing like crazy. And suddenly, there's a meeting in like 2 minutes where I have to talk to the CEO of any XYZ company regarding the deal. And full on tears, full on puffy, all those things. And when I'm on the call, I'm like, this is life में कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है.
yeah.
Full on and full proper power, Josh, as if I am gonna kill it. Okay. And I was like, this is like psycho me or what? Like, how can I do that? And that's when I went to the psychologist. I'm like, so much wrong. And I was really worried about the point that, when I was going through this phase, when I came from Bangalore, 2 weeks का मैंने break लिया था. Bangalore में मैंने किसी को बताया नहीं था that on medication I have reached this kind of हालत I have. And I was able to attend the meetings even in that phase. Half of the time, like when I'm not in the meetings, I'm at home. I've full on gone case, like depressed and world, there is nothing in this world. But so that's when my psychologist told me that, you are very protective about your career, about what you love, you do. It is your responsibility. And that's the human nature, that particular, also depends on how, sensitive you are as a person. You have all the strength to switch completely, and you have this thing like you go to extreme. Like this extreme also you can reach, but within a minute because you are so protective, you don't want people to know.
Urgency of it कि
Yeah.
you call है immediately I have to go on air in 10 seconds. You
Yeah,
have to take
yeah.
that call in 2 minutes. So I think it's easier to because
There
you
is
don't have a
something
choice.
you do, but you have
Two
that's,
things. I mean, to have immense respect and love for what you do, like the work that we are doing it. We know the responsibility
Yeah.
we carry, and the second, the urgency of it.
yeah.
Option नहीं है.
Ah.
क्या करोगे?
Right. It shows our strength as well, right? I don't remember the word what psychologist says, but the same thing I had, like how a person can be vulnerable and within a second the person can be like full on. Like, this is what you shared, and it reminded me of my story as well. So it's about the passion you have for your work, and not everyone has this. I would say it's very difficult for everyone to go through this or do this, but everyone has this vulnerability and all those
Everyone
things.
has their own set of challenges and strengths.
Yeah,
let me say.
yeah. But on air, it's difficult. Like, you are in whatever state of emotion, you have to still be presentable in front of, which is not easy.
Events are tougher.
Huh?
I think events are tougher because I've
Oh.
gone in pajamas and to my studio and it's been fine. But if you show up, oh yeah, that's much more hard.
Oh my God, that's great. That's great. So now coming back to, like, apart from your RJ days, like, you took that bold step. I want to know about the thought process in a way that was it coming in your mind for a longer time that, now it's time I should try my different things out. I got to know that, you felt stagnant in the sense like comfortable. And comfort is something which doesn't give you kick. As a person, I have, until now, it doesn't give you kick. You need something creative, something challenging, and all those things. And was that the reason to just discover the challenges you took this step?
I think yes and no at the same time. I have always had a routine, right? Always school, college, right after that, radio, and then 8 years of doing that. So all my life, practically, I knew you have to get up, you have to go, you have to do this, you have to come back home. It's a structure.
Was it a fear of missing out? That, you're missing out on life if you're going to be in radio for 8 more years.
I think I've loved it. I have loved every minute of being there. I think I can go back in a heart. I don't mind that. But I also would love to be out here experimenting, meeting new people and doing the stuff that I've been doing.
Okay.
If that aligns, I will go back in a heartbeat.
Oh, wow. So, apart from, like, you took this step, consider it's that time of the year where you just left. The next day it is Australia.
I have cried out. I was also doing a live with my last link. I was also doing a live with my last link.
Okay.
Instagram live. So that I always have that memory, that feeling, and when you not just hear it but also see yourself, right? So, and a lot of people are not necessarily actively on radio while I was doing my last link. So I just wanted to do it. And I have cried, I have sobbed, I've spoken for like good 3 long minutes. And I think the next day I was not immediately feeling empty because I have not taken a break for like 2 years. So मुझे लगा मैं छुट्टी पे हूँ. So I just felt that for like next 10 days. Or probably 15 days. And then 10 days. I traveled and everything. And when I came back, I immediately joined an agency. So it was a creative part, but I was not on any pedestal. I was not a pampered job. And I really wanted that because क्या हो रहा है बाहर from a very like different perspective. That was the 5 months that I think I learned that. I learned a lot of small things which I never had to learn because like I said, कि इतना सारे कार्य को already करना होता है. Like I mentioned earlier. So you don't get into things that are really not necessary. You only think about the creative things. You only think about those. But when you're an entrepreneur or a solopreneur or whatever you call, like you go on yourself, you are your salesperson, you are your quotation person, you are your pitching person, you are your creative executioner, production house, you are your end to end. To do that, you need another set of skills, which we just think are probably as a creative person, because probably as a creative person, I never really developed them or had to. So I think the next 5 months have been such a grunt work for me to come to pace to what the world was around to sustain my art at least.
Okay.
So yeah, the next 5 months have been a completely different journey. So
what was that journey about?
So I was a product manager, project manager, and I was handling the projects where I was also speaking to the brands, and I was speaking and understanding what they want, what kind of videos they want, what kind of content they want, and then I used to manage a lot of writers and editors and photographers and institutionals and production.
Was it a full time, like you were?
It's a
working as
full-time job, and,
Yeah.
and I think I don't mind a full-time job, but the problem was it never ended. It started at 7 a.m. when I woke up because of the messages, because videos are urgent. You have to
Everything
work.
is urgent. Yeah.
And it went on till I slept. So I always knew the importance and value of work-life balance.
Uh-huh.
So even with my radio, this thing, no matter how much hard I was working, I think I always found a way of having a work-life balance. But
How do you have that work? Like, I will ask this question later. Yeah, we continue with this one. Yeah. Then what went wrong? But like,
immediately I knew. So first 3 months, so you have to get know to yourself. You're completely changing your life. You're completely a different spot. Your identity is stripped away, even though you did that to yourself. But it is right.
Yeah,
So-
true.
So
You
you
go through
cannot, like I said, you cannot think about it. Okay, oh, I've been an RG. Oh, I've been this. You have to forget about that.
yeah, it's hard to forget. Like, it takes time to forget about it. I don't know.
You might, if you really have that in your head. But if you, I don't think
I-
like
for
that.
me, it
I
took
love
time.
what I have and what experience I have, or what part of it is me. But if I walk into another office, say, ki, hey, why are you talking to me like that? Or just because I'm an artist, that doesn't make
Oh
sense.
no, not that way. But did you experience that? People see you in a different way when you're an RJ versus see you in a different way, or people love your position more than you. Something of that sort experience you had that
I
you're not
think
at
I'm always
RJ.
connected with people, like really connected with people, despite that.
Uh-huh.
But could be. I think that is a very good conversation starter. That always is going to be. I have had that kind of experience, or I've been in that field. So even today, I definitely would love to be called as RJ Parima, and because it is what is got the byproduct of what things I'm doing today.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm very proud of it. And
Uh.
I think I always believe once an RJ,
Yeah, true. Because it's all about the skills which you're now applying it in so many
But
places,
yeah.
and we are going to come to that as well. But being a product manager, then what happened on those 5 months? Like, was it something you wanted to do? You were like sure that you want to be?
No, I wasn't. But that was one thing I could do, because, like I said, immediately taking a leap of faith is not possible. Because I knew I do not want to go ahead and just end up into posting. Not my thing. I know a lot of amazing people who do that, and they're doing great at it. But I knew that was not
Hosting in weddings and all.
weddings. No, yes. So I still do corporate events and fashion events and concerts and all of those things. But weddings is
Not your thing. No, I think. Yeah. So after that 15 days, you felt like you want to now start.
No, I actually had a friend who wanted me to do this for her firm, and she knew that I'm a creative person. She wanted me to join as this creative person. But then I get her vision, but the only thing was that I ended up becoming like more of a manager. Then like the lines between creativity and management started blurring.
Okay.
And it started becoming more towards management rather than creativity. And
Right.
I was good at it. I could do it. I could learn, and I could also give back a lot at my end. But very immediately I realized that it's a burnout for me. So I needed to do something that's creative heavy, not just management heavy.
Okay.
अभी उल्टा था. So
so
yeah, I think I gave. I mean that 5 months were more to do with me learning of what the world out there has to offer and और क्या क्या है, and also love to meet people who don't recognize you primarily as an RJ, but also as their colleague, and also you learn that okay, hey, I don't know this. I am asking as a fresher with coming with like 8 years of experience to somebody who's so much younger than me, but she has much more experience than say me in this field. So I have to say, hey, please, like, can you help me with this? So that's where if you are not humble or you're not grounded, you नहीं हो पाएगा.
ये नहीं हो
You'll be
पाएगा,
able to
नहीं हो
learn.
पाएगा, हाँ.
So yeah, I mean, I think
Like it's okay to ask.
it's
while I'm
very
asking.
humbling. You put yourself out of your comfort zone. It's very humbling.
Oh.
Experience.
Okay. So during that time when you figured that you're burning out, you're not happy. Maybe you had an experience, but there's something which you don't want it to continue. Was there a point when it comes to your emotion or your personal state that you regretted? I wish I wouldn't have left the RJ job. This is not something which I, because you know, when we don't like something and then we have already taken 1 week of pay,
I did.
we have joined something else.
I thought maybe क्या मुझे सिर्फ 15 दिन की छुट्टी चाहिए थी क्या?
That was
हुआ था कि because I was also burnt there at the end of this thing, separate reasons.
Yeah.
I love doing.
sorry.
Yeah. I love doing that, but of course burnout हर जगह आता है, तो वो तब भी था. तो लाइक आई सेड कि मुझे पहले 10 दिन तो लगा ही नहीं दैट मैं आज शो नहीं जा रही. जरा सा लगता है कि हाँ, but then you feel it's a छुट्टी.
You beat that break.
Yeah,
You're happy
so
with that break.
first 10 days you don't feel that, 15th day you're already joining the other firm and now you're figuring a lot of things out. तो time नहीं है emotions feel करने के. But yeah, when you're really feeling the burnout and you're feeling that exertion, तब होता है कि यार, was this the right decision, or did I just really needed a break of 10 days and I needed to get back to my show? But I think when you look back again and you realize 3 months down the line you've learned so much, which was because you moved out completely and started something else. When you look back, you're like, ये सब नहीं सीखा होता ना, and
that was something about yourself. How you do with yourself?
Yeah, I talk with myself. I talk to people around me. And I think not a lot of people, but like 1 or 2 people that I really confide in when I feel at my lowest. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because
primary
we mentioned
starts
about
with
like, you know, हाँ काश मैं फिर से मैंने गलती तो नहीं कर, and it is very common, which almost every human has this.
But you're
second
right,
guessing that will I take a right decision?
I think वो thought आते हैं, but how much you choose to dwell on it is
the thing. Yeah.
If I keep stuck to it, अरे क्यों छोड़ा तो फिर
Yeah, so what are what are your habits or the practices you do that you don't dwell on it and you take
I
it in the
just go
positive?
back
Is it
and-
all because of Jainism, the 5 things you spoke about?
I think if I had to say in one line, I just go back and see कि the moment I'm looking back to, तब से लेकर अभी तक में what all I am grateful for, what all I have learned, and how have I become a better person. ये 3 चीज़ों का मैं आंसर देती हूँ तो अपने आप काफ़ी से फील होने लगता है.
अच्छा भी हो रहा है. And there is a scientific reason for also like behind all these things why people say you have to be grateful and all those things. It rewires your thoughts and put you on the positive side than going in the depth of negativity. So which is really good that you practice that. As in, this is what I have started doing in consciously. When I have started learning and reading about spirituality and a lot of things and good habits and all. Or else I was a person who was like super negative or super positive. Now I'm trying the balance between the two. Yeah, which is very much needed. Then what happened next? After?
I think fourth month I knew, I think it was around Diwali only, like about to like the festive season basically, and it was really exerting and exhausting, and I also wanted to travel and I also wanted to do something, and I also had like a few projects that I was doing, like say shoots and voiceovers, and वो parallelly मैं कर ही रही थी.
Okay, this is how people know you through, like how they connect with you or how you get the projects. Like
Yeah, network of what you have built, friends in these industries,
okay.
requirements, depends. So not actively, abhi tak kabhi I was not actively looking anywhere. But then I loved that I had to really fight through and through to even get those things, like even आधा दिन निकालना अपने लिए to be able to live, record or shoot or do something on my own, even create a portfolio for that matter.
Yeah.
I come with so many skills, but I did not have time to do it by myself.
Yeah.
And by the time it's weekend, you're exhausted because of the burnout. तो एक दिन में तो आप recover भी नहीं हो पाते, दवाई नहीं है तो क्या ही करोगे?
Obviously, as you talk about emotions right now, I'm sure it would have been a pretty hard days also to go through to take these kind of hard steps in life. Like, okay, fine, I've taken a decision, now I'm going through this. I don't know what's gonna come next.
See, I think when I left the agency, I knew मेरे पास 1 महीने का काम sorted है. Reason being मैंने अपने पे काम नहीं किया था, मैंने break नहीं लेना था. I was again burnt out. I needed to recover. Health-wise, I needed to recover. I needed to just I feel like if my life is messy, I need to just rearrange my wardrobe again. So if I do that cleaning, मुझे लगेगा 4 दिन लग जाएंगे, हफ्ता निकल जाएगा. So I need to do that. After that, I need to sit through my work and fish out the right work and create a portfolio, and then create the list of things that are pending, and I've done it, but I've not reached out and asked for even my payment. Like there were things that were pending 4 months of payments were pending.
Wow.
Because I wasn't able to put time on myself and my things, right? I had no structure. So I think, and then there was Diwali and other holidays and festive season, like I mentioned. So I had 1.5 month of work cut out. Work bolo, ya you say recovery bolo,
Your personal growth or whatever to recover. Yeah.
To not lag behind in any area of your life, basically.
Wow. Yeah.
So उतना मैं lag कर रही थी, तो सोचो 1.5 महीने का lag धीरे, and of course it wasn't easy. पहले 10 दिन were like you don't feel like doing anything, you just want to watch TV all day, not take a shower, not get out of the house. All of that is happening. But then slowly when you start putting things together, like I said, starting from cleaning up the wardrobe to slowly pick up things of what work I have done, what kind of work I have done, and think about what I can do now, what I have to offer, what is it that I can create. And you start making things, you start listing them, and parallelly, of course, kuch na kuch to, because I have actively always been working somewhere or the other. Yeah, so that 1.5 hours was again needed. So when I say projects, when I say projects, the first project I had in my hand was of a fashion clothing brand. And it was a storytelling video where my voiceover is going on, and I am dressing up with the outfit and everything. We're shooting for that. So that was a project I was doing. Parallelly, I was working with voiceovers. So वो तो मेरा चल ही रहा था. That would always been an active thing, and I loved that. मुझे नीचे उठा के कराओ, I can do it back there. So, yeah. So that's been actively there. There was another shoot for another brand where you had to go to a store and create, good content for the store. So that was good one. And there was this another event that I had. Yeah, I think it was a corporate event. So that was near the end of 2 months.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I was not busy every day with work at that point of time, but I was busy.
Yeah, it was good balance of work as well as the time you
like I
for
said,
yourself.
needed ही था.
Okay, and then what happened? Like, what is next? Because you have do you feel that type of, as soon as, okay, you have 3 projects, consider, or 4 projects, when we are on our own, we are not working for any agency or the company, there's always a constant worry about cash flow. What about the new projects? What kind of, and this is very common when it comes to when you are a solopreneur, entrepreneur, doing something of your own.
True. So that way, I will say that I did have a safety net. And that's one of the very important reasons I could take that risk, and I knew that I can take it now because mentally I'm in a better spot. Like I said, I sob kar rahi thi before the show, and I was personally in a better state, physically in a better state. I started working out thoroughly, so that was good. And other than that, I was also planning ki kya kar sakti hu, my skills that are there to transform, and thinking about the cash flow se zyada, I wanted to first figure out what I'm going to do.
Wow.
What I am doing, what I'm going to do, and what I can do.
Okay.
So that took me a while to figure out ki you have so many things to give, but if you cannot translate in the marketing world and to the clients, there's no flow happening.
Yeah, true.
So instead of focusing on the flow, I started focusing on the skill sets that I have, and I needed to improve, and I needed to create a structure. I tried looking for managers. I tried looking for people who can, actually understand, because I do not call myself as an influencer, because then you have to have a niche of, say, beauty or makeup or food or cooking or stuff like that. But I'm a storyteller. I can give me a product and I can give a story for you for that product, right? It can be a mattress, it can be food, it can be chai, and give me anything and I can write a story about it.
Oh, wow.
So that is what. Now, how do we explain this to anybody? I'm not a writer though. There's a difference, right? I am not a sketch writer जो आप writing scripts के लिए करवाते हैं. I am a storyteller where if you give me a product, if you give me a set of clothes, and give me an emotion, I will bring it to life for your product. So then you have to now figure out how to translate that. It was really, really challenging.
Huh.
So then I started breaking it down. So of course, the primary things I do is I know voiceovers है, तो I figured कि कहाँ पे होता है. There are so places where agencies use for brands, where Instagram पे जाता है, it goes for internal purposes. A lot of places where you need to put a good voiceover, and I think what I bring in with complete confidence is I can do like a 60, 70-year-old woman. I can do a sexy voice. I can do a teenager voice. I can do a
Wow.
fresh voice, yes. A mother's voice. I can bring that range. I can bring decent accents. Accents is not that much. It's not range, but I can bring 3 languages. And so yeah, I was very confident on what I had on the table. So I compiled that and put it in my portfolio, and I started working at least there. Then I figured what else can I do. So of course I've been working with brands and storytelling while at least I'm there in that. Right?
Okay.
So I started taking the projects where they needed a creator, not RJ Parekh. So if you need a face, somebody can speak in front of the camera
About their product.
about the problem. Because there's so many brands who आप या तो photo रख दो, which automatically sells. But not all the brands are like that. Say finance brands, say stock market brands. There are many other brands who have so much content to give and so much information to give away. But they need somebody to speak in front of the camera who can actually hold their script live.
Wow.
Bring it as a teaching, that's a different vibe and tone. If you are playing around, if you're being very casual, that's a very different kind of vibe and tone. So all of those things actually help, and that gives me the range to work with many clients.
Okay.
So for your own Instagram page or YouTube Shorts or whatever, I can get the whole scripting to life. And if it's
writing about it, talking in front of the
writing,
camera about
I think I stick to the only ones where I am doing storytelling. If not, then of course now at this
time, writing,
I have
not being the writer, but also being the storyteller. That includes writing.
So when I say storyteller, I say when emotion is involved. When you're talking about finance and stock market, I think I now have a team who I can reach out for writing. I get it sorted with the brands, and then of course when that script is approved, then I make it live.
Yeah.
So this is how I can.
This is also you figured with that.
Yeah, with understanding how different agencies work and how I can do, and I luckily have worked with good set of people where we have a great vibe, understanding, and giving back of the brand. So so I have a team who is now, I have a photographer, editor, I have a writer, and when places like storytelling, say clothing brand, things that you see on my page, my own page, Instagram page, so those things I write. I bring to life because it's true to me. It's true to me and the brand. So other than that, I also write for other advertisements, like I showed you earlier, right? So it's not going on my page, but still they needed an emotion. They needed somebody to, a modern woman who is young and initially married, and at the same time we don't want to make it very desi, ki acha bandi kitchen mein hai. So bringing that vibe and understanding to the core to be able to connect with the people. The problem is it's important and hard at the same time to be able to give the difference, quality over quantity, and that's hard because nobody is willing to pay for the quality. I mean, people are, but it's tough. You have to tap into the right market and figure that out. So yeah. So when I say shoots, I do 3 different kinds of shoot. Of course, one is influencer marketing that also goes on my page, and it's storytelling, say RJ Parima X, the brand we're talking about, we make it true to both me and the brand, and it goes on my page and all of that. Second thing I do is I do the exact same kind of work, but it's not necessarily true to RJ Parima. I can be shown as a married woman, I can be shown as a, I mean, it's fine. I can have a crew and, other people. So, but that's high quality production that goes on their page, meta ads, whatever. That I create that. Other than that, I also simply just be a creator for, a given script, and I can just play a part of, and I don't know, I don't call myself an actor, but yes, I deliver a lot of information.
You have all the potential. You are operating, I feel. Yeah.
Thank you. So these kind of shoots I take over, where I can use my skill of presentation, being in front of the camera.
And
That's
another
something
thing
I
I
love.
also told about this part, right? Like series of shoots you do for the
So other thing that's a separate thing I do is podcast. So when I say I host podcasts, I don't own a channel, and there's a reason to do that because of my experience with my radio brand. I have spoken to, you name it, celebrities and banks and finance, startup, artists and therapists, doctors, whatnot, like schools, you name it, and I've spoken. Municipal corporation, mayor, commissioner, you've spoken to every person possible in different fields. One thing I've discovered about myself is I can really understand the frequency of the other person. I can, understand कि वो conversation को कैसे relevant बनाना है. Even if I'm speaking to a nice old person or say a boring person or somebody who just speaks in a way which is not insta worthy. So how to still make that conversation important, and because it's important, that has to go out there, but still be relevant to
That
Gen Z
person,
listening to it
yeah.
as well. होता है बहुत बार. So I've learned that I can still do that in some ways. So what I do is brands reach out to me and they say, okay, we want to make set of 5 podcast series, 5 episodes,
Wow.
or 12 months ke 12 podcast episodes karne. All of this goes on their channel. They can repurpose it. They can break it down and use it as their Instagram content or YouTube
Yeah.
content. So I tailor make it according
Post
to the
it and-
person
yeah.
I'm speaking to and to the target audience that they want according to their brand. So I'll understand their brand, I'll tailor make it ताकि आपको जो चाहिए वो कोई चीज़ कवर हो और इस तरह से कवर हो कि वो बोरिंग भी ना लगे, repurpose हो सके, and any time you can use it at any platform you can.
Wow.
So that's one thing. And also at the same time, I moderate panels where I talk to, different panels.
Yeah.
Say I have spoken to breast cancer awareness ke conversations where I've spoken to content creator ka panel hai ki,
Yeah, these are the events also you host or
So when I talk about events, I do corporate events and I do concerts and out of that, that's a great energy, and I love fashion events. So that's something where I feel कि judgy aunties नहीं होते. I don't know. It's just my thing. कि not being able to do weddings and family things. But
Okay.
yeah.
this is there. And one more thing, you spoke about is some related to consultancy.
Workshop.
Chatterbox to wait. I love them.
Chatterbox
to paycheck. What does it do?
Parima, yes. Chatterbox to Paycheck with Ajay Parima is basically a workshop that I've very softly launched. And in private schools and private tuitions and universities, I take these workshops. And this is like a 2-hour to 3-hour workshop, one workshop, second
Yeah.
workshop. But wherever you use your chatterbox, this is a chatterbox, right? तो ये कहीं भी यूज हो सकता है, आपके सोशल मीडिया पे, आपके ब्रांड के सोशल मीडिया पे, आप स्टेज पे जाओ, आप किसी से बात कर रहे हो, आपको कोई जो जितनी फील्ड्स मैंने बताई, बीइंग अ रेडियो जॉकी, एमसी, होस्ट, पॉडकास्ट होस्ट, anything and everything where your chatterbox is used, I can help understand the other person's requirement and be able to do that. So in that 2 to 3 hours, I do a very generic giving away of my experience of being able to speak and use the tone in different ways, which will also impact your personality wherever you want. For example, if you want to be out there on social media and you don't know where to start, how to start, or if you want to be a voice actor or voice artist or get in dubbing or even be on stage, and even if आपका काम हो जाता है स्टेज पे कि आप जाना नहीं चाहते, but because you're a CEO or you have to speak, address your own office or your firm of say 70 people. So these skills are something that eventually हर एक को करनी पड़ती है. So how to do that? So when I just take this 2 and 3 hour of workshop, no matter आप student हैं, आप क्या है, आपके लिए कुछ take away तो होगा. Then you can reach out to me कि oh hey, I really want to be an RJ. So then I take one-on-one with them and I'll explain in depth कि उन्हें क्या करना है. I'll customize the whole plan according to what they want. Now somebody comes up to me and says कि hey, I'm a CA and मुझे ना ये reason से चाहिए. Then I'll customize the whole workshop for them. Somebody comes up to me and says कि hey, I'm a student but I want to understand कि I just love hosting but I don't know where to start. So even that, So, jaruri nahi hai कि you might have a great skill, but you might not have great contacts or great way to know. There's no university, there's no college that teaches you कि आप ऐसे करो, ये करो, वो करो. Or if I would have had that kind of experience, maybe 5 years आगे I would have. So that's what I'm trying to give back.
Yeah, that's really good.
So everything with me is very tailor-made and customized. I think you can say that.
Yeah, true. And listening to you, I feel like it is amazing. A lot of things you have tried and you're trying and you're doing and exploring, and I think,
I know what I love to do, and I'm gonna love to learn more things, and I would love to just keep doing what I love. I know one thing, that's creative.
There's something you're not never going to be.
Yeah, creativity is something that has to be hold on to this
There, core.
I'm looking for like somebody who can aggressively understand what I do and and be able to explain it and aggressively reach out to the correct people, basically a manager, if that's the right word.
Oh,
But yeah, somebody who can take the heavy lifting of the managing of the whole thing, and so that I can focus on creative parts of it.
Yeah. But I would say that that's a new learnings which we learn when we are on our own. That we have to be jack of all.
Yeah.
And somewhere or the other we keep missing out, and you have to be okay with it missing out, as in you cannot be everywhere, you cannot do everything. And,
I think
and that's when we figure out like, okay, I need this and we need to start scaling it. That is again a new learning. You learn when you scale, you have to delegate, you should know what they are doing, make them, groom them.
I remember yesterday somebody told me, hey, you should have a team, you're doing so much.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I should. But, well, I need the right person. I don't want I just hire it just for the sake of it. I want somebody to really, really understand the thing that I do, my potential and what I can offer, and I have, done. Not just because it took us 1 hour to understand that too. So yeah, definitely somebody who's not in that very structured zone, but more also has a sense of creativity as well as a good management skill.
Yeah. One thing after this experience which I have, and I am also not good at managing people. I would say I'm good at XYZ skills, but managing is something my partner is taking care of. But one thing is there which I have experienced and accepted. It's your thinking, your perspective, your dream, your passion, and your story. How much ever talented the other person is, that person will not get it. You have to groom the person so much, and still you have to be okay with, okay, fine, it is going.
I think
this
it's
way.
your baby. At the end of the day, it's just you with what you want to do, what you love.
Yeah.
Right? I would appreciate somebody coming along and adding to that chapter. But at the same time, like I said, never forget your roots. Never forget why you started what you did, when you did. So I think
Yeah. But it will be again a new experience, new journey, I would say, of and you know what, if you're thinking of hiring, I would say that go for Gen Zs. I mean, they are very smart kids, and they'll have a lot of smart ideas also. And they will be easy, they'll be, if they are passionate and all, it will be a good adventure to skill them. And then doing things like I'm having podcasts with different founders. And so what they do is they majorly hire interns or hire someone who is passionate and groom them, and even they feel like they want to learn more and more and XYZ. But no matter how, whoever person we hire, it's gonna be a lot of learning or giving to them. That is it. But anyway, I really loved it. What is next? What are you looking for? Where do you see yourself? Is there anything which you imagine or visualize?
I think when anybody says that question, where do you see yourself? I think I just see myself staying busy, staying relevant, and enjoying what I'm doing to the core. I think these 3 things are really, really very important.
Very important.
I don't want to say just busy. I want to say good busy. But पता चला इतना busy होने की कुछ है.
Again, you need that recovery.
So point is that as long as I'm busy, I am relevant, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing, I'm gonna love it. Love it every day.
Great. That's great. Okay, and to end it, there's a favor which I want to ask.
Yeah.
You said that voiceover you can uh, pretend to be a old lady or a child. What were the different versions you were talking
A
about?
teenager, sexy voice, a note voice. Yes, I can.
Can we have those voices?
I can do Adzi.
Any two or three. If you don't mind, it's like okay, a challenge, and you are so I want to say extrovert, and you can just be bold and talk about it. So I just want to see that how much you are able to do it.
Do we have a script? I mean, I just
Anything randomly, and if you're not comfortable, you can wait.
Hello, this is RJ Parima, and I'm here with Karishma on this amazing podcast. Stay tuned and do not forget to subscribe.
Oh wow! Thank you. This is your RJ voice, right? Like which we use.
Not necessary. This is Adzi voice.
Adzi.
Adzi, yes.
Oh, I didn't know this term.
Yeah.
What is
So
that?
RJ, I have to really try to keep it loud yet very, very conversational. This is very. Do not forget to subscribe.
Oh,
With it today.
wow. That's great, yeah. And I really love the conversation. I wish you all the very best. This is like, to be honest, the podcast which I've taken, this is the second woman for एक तो डॉक्टर के साथ किया था I'm taking, and you're the first person who who took that leaving that stable job, and then loving that wild adventure you are into, and so happily handling the emotions and everything, because we talk about it, it looks easy, but we only know how we go through and what are the different emotions we handle, and still,
Insecurity, uncertainty,
anxiety, tensions, and all those things, and still being positive, being grounded, and the way you are reflecting, I mean, amazing. So let me just give a closing note.
Thank you so much, Karishma, for having me. It has been a great wild ride.
I know, and very tiring
Yeah,
as well.
I have lived my childhood through my career. Itna depth mein.
I hope that give justice to your time and energy which you have spent, and I loved getting to know so much about you, and I feel that a lot of confidence, courage in my life as well. Like there's another person who is going through this, and she's so happily, energetically, and with full of love. Like you are expressing yourself, and it is really a motivation to me as well, to be honest. And from with this, I mean, we are almost done with the conversation with RJ Parima, who has been amazing. I mean, from the childhood where she was like, a shy baby, to being a rock star on the stage, be it dancing or art, to choosing the opportunity with the thought process of, what, let me give it a shot, with the thought process of just being courageous, and joining RJ. And I thought that RJ is about talking on air, but the kind of work which she has done in her entire career, oh my god, it is like writing your own story. So whoever the RJ who is talking on the radio, they are literally like telling their story, their life to you, their life as a perspective to you. And the beautiful part about Parima I liked is like, oh my god, such a role, such a hectic work, and such a pampered life, and such a cool life where you're talking to the celebrities, you're talking to the CEOs, you're talking to the startups, the government, to commissioner, to XYZ. Like you could tell the name and you have the person in front of you, and you are doing all that things, and you're getting everything on the table. Still, she chose to pivot. She chose like, what, this is becoming stagnant, and this is becoming a comfort zone, and I want discomfort. And that is the first step towards growth. Like, you just want to be uncomfortable to explore yourself, to explore your boundaries, and leaving that position. And the best thing is she took that leap where she left, she joined the agency, and again there, Like, she got to know that, this is not the right place. I have learned everything, but I'm not happy. And if I'm not happy, I don't want to be here. And taking that decision, knowing that what you don't want, and then making another leap in terms of what you would love to do and how to be good busy, what is the perspective, what is the reflection. She took that 1.5 month break to discover herself, recover from whatever burnout she has gone through, to reflect and understand the skills, structure, and then putting it all together in a beautiful way. I mean, this is a story of courage. This is a story of energy. This is a story of how much you love yourself. This is a story of, you have one life and live it the way you want. This is a story of to be good busy. And this is a story of to be humble, grounded, and kind. Thank you so much, Parima, for
Thank you
such
so
an
much,
amazing
Parima.
day.
It was absolutely a delight. I love your energy.
Yeah, thank you.